Hello, everybody, and welcome to Ari Shaffir's Skeptic Tank Podcast Studio. I left quarantine, everybody. I left quarantine. I left the place I was staying deep in the woods in the basement of a cabin of a family that took me in. And I'm back in New York. Back in New York City. The place where they invented staying up all night. The city that invented pizza. The city that invented acting. The city that invented comedy. The city that invented bragging about other people's shit that you had nothing to do with inventing. New York City, Manhattan. I'm here, Skeptic Tank Studios. And I'm going to give you, before we start, today's episode is with Big J. Okerson. I'm just letting you know that right now. It's with Big J. Okerson, and it's about cops. It's a serious subject. It's about cops. But before we get to that, I'm going to take you on a little tour of the studio. How about that? Okay? All of it. From this fucking beautiful artwork by Ted Munns. If you want to hire him, Ted Munns Mosaic. The art by John Sayer. This whole fucking setup. All we got to here offer you at Skeptic Tank Studios. All the different things we're going to be doing. If you're listening on audio, you might get left behind a little on this, but generally, don't worry. I got you covered. Generally, don't worry. And even that, you'll still fucking enjoy it. So come along. Before we start this episode, of course, love Big J. What a great fucking first guest to have as a 3-camera shoot, everybody. But before we do that, let's go on a little tour of what you have coming for you at Skeptic Tank Studios. And if you want to watch, go to youtube.com/Skeptic Tank right now. Please subscribe for all the fucking fun content we're going to have here. All right, come with me. Over here, you'll see the Soundboard. Thank you, Joel Buchema, for setting this up. I'm definitely pronouncing that name wrong. It's one of those weird ethnic, came over on Ellis Island and was changed instantly names. So maybe you want to be a guest on our Shaffir Skeptic Tank, and you think, well, does he have buttons? We sure do. Buttons like this one. So this is where the magic happens. State-of-the-art sound. We're also going to do something fun. And by the way, when I say we, I mean me. We're also going to do something fun that I call the Fire Escape Sessions. Podcasts from on the fire escape. Nothing is too good for Skeptic Tank listeners. Oh, it's viewers, though. Yeah, you're on YouTube. Viewers. Now, if you come over here, you'll see something else. Why? It's a refrigerator. Fuck, that hurt. Guys, maybe you're going to be a guest on Skeptic Tank Podcast and goes, Ari, I'd like to come over, but do you have ice cubes? We sure do. Over 2 trays worth. Maybe you want something refreshing to drink, like a beer. Yeah, we got that too. 1 per person, no more. Come on in and drink up. Slowly, though. Maybe you want some coffee. Oh, we've got the freshest pour-over Manhattan has to offer. That's actually a good thing. Pour-over coffee. Legit, if you want to be a guest, you should come. It's good coffee. Want to wash your hands to stop the spread of the virus? We got you covered. At Ari Shaffir's Skeptic Tank Podcast Studio. Hit me up right now. All high-level guests. We're taking everybody. Come over here. You'll see something else we're doing every day. I think you'll enjoy this one. I'm teaching yoga, everybody. That's right. I'm a yogi. Not a yoga instructor. Yoga instructors are fucking bullshit. They're phonies, they're frauds. I'm a yogi. It means I've reached the highest levels of enlightenment. I have friends that have been to India. Some of them, multiple times. And I studied yoga with Dr. Mahasharathed Mahasaparaparawed at the University of Yoga in India. I'm not cutting. I have like 40 classes online right now. Yoga with art. We have such high-level moves as this one. You can feel it in here. It's legit yoga. I'm not even kidding. It's legit yoga. Oh, like that. Shit like that. I'll teach you that. I'm not kidding. It's real yoga done in the style that you would think I would do it. Yoga with Ari. There's a whole playlist. 40 classes up there right now, and I'm going to do a new one every week. That sucks. Watch this. Ooh. You didn't expect that, did you? Because you don't expect a lot from yogis. That's your fault. You're culturally insensitive. Okay, so one last thing we're going to show you is where I'm going to be doing the fucking remotes when I'm guesting other people's podcasts. Come on over here. Oh, yeah, it is an interesting point. That's what I do usually. I make interesting points. Actually, I'm sorry, 1 second. Can you hold on really quickly, Joe Rogan? Bill Burr, Adam Carolla, Mark Maron, and many of the NPR, like the serious kind of podcasts that I don't really know, but I'm all interviewing them. They're interviewing me right now for all of them. Yeah, I got to finish a YouTube video for my new Skeptic Tank podcast studios. Hi, everybody. So I'm back. I was just doing an important podcast with a bunch of the top level podcasters in the world. I'm a guest on a lot of people's podcasts. What you'll notice a lot of times is they have their fucking bookshelf behind them. I have over one book. This one that I haven't read, and this one that I have. You can see the difference. I'll be doing stuff from here. Anytime you see me on a podcast with this as the background, you know I'm at the Skeptic Tank Podcast Studios. And that's about the whole tour, everybody. Let's head back to the couch and finish off this intro. All right, everybody. That's the tour. I mean, there's other things. You know, there's a desk with a round table desk. We might have up to 4 guests, but it's fucking cramped, so we might not use that. I think we're going with this. Santino was actually the one who told me, like, 2 people on a couch, dude. Just keep it like it was, you know, before we had video. We have a bathroom if you want to be a guest on here. You can take a shower. No soap, but you can take a shower. Air dry, or use one of our many hand towels, 5 of them, to dry off. Do we have toilet paper? You're sure we do. 7 rolls. You want to be a guest early if you want to be a guest. So let's start the episode, you guys. How about that? Big J's on. Coincidentally, I should say this too. Also, another thing on Skeptic, youtube.com/Skeptic Tank is a new podcast called Sixth and Jump with me, Big J Okerson, and Dan Soder from television. Yeah, every week we do a podcast called Sixth and Jump. It comes out every Friday on here. And it's just us talking about the television show 21 Jump Street. I'm telling you should watch a show with us and then hear us talk about it. But even if you don't want to watch it, the show is just as good. Subscribe on iTunes or on Spotify or on Stitcher and all those fucking places. Google Podcasts, all that shit. It's fucking so much fun. It's so much fun. Those 2 guys, oh man, we shoot the shit. We fucking love it. Subscribe to that. And there's a whole playlist here for Six and Jump episodes. So what do we got? We got Six and Jump, we got yoga, we got clips, tons of fucking clips here of old Skeptic Tank podcasts. We're going to load up all the old ones that are just going to be audio only, which is a picture, but we didn't have video back then. But it'll all be here. So subscribe. Tell some friends about it if you don't mind. Tell them it's a great podcast and you'll like it. So let's start this episode.